Have you ever wondered how a man born into slavery, beaten, humiliated throughout his life, could one day become the teacher of a Roman emperor? And why, despite his crippled body, he became a guiding light for millions seeking the true meaning of freedom? In a world where power, status, and wealth seemed to decide everything, how did a nameless man, penniless, forgotten by society, manage to make the most powerful people of his time bow their heads to listen? The answer lies in the life philosophy he left behind for future generations. Imagine this. You lose everything: freedom, dignity, your body subjected to pain, yet you still manage to smile, still live with the spirit of a truly free person. The story of Epictetus is the most vivid proof of the human spirit's strength, capable of overcoming any chain. 1. When life gives you no choice at the starting line. Some people are born holding a bright destiny, while others are shackled to darkness from the moment they enter this world. Epictetus was one of those people. Nearly 2,000 years ago, in the obscure city of Hierapolis under the Roman Empire, a child was born without even a proper name. They called him a cold and lifeless word, Epictetus, meaning the acquired one, the property of another. From that name alone, his fate was sealed. A life lived in chains, a mere object in the hands of his master. More than that, Epictetus wasn't just any slave. His master was a high-ranking official in Emperor Nero's court, a court infamous for its bloody intrigues, its obsession with power, pleasure, and ultimate corruption. The boy grew up in an environment where his body was treated like livestock, his labor drained like a beast of burden until his last breath. Some records tell that Epictetus was tortured to the point of permanent disability by his master. Yet, with a crippled body, he endured in silence. He neither resented his fate nor awaited anyone's pity. To him, the body was nothing but a temporary vessel. Only the mind and intellect were beyond the reach of others, unless he surrendered them himself. 2. From the depths of hell, he found the key to true freedom. If you suffer long enough, you will eventually realize either you let circumstances destroy you or you learn to rise above them. Epictetus chose the latter. In the darkness of slavery, he began observing those who seemed to have everything. Watching the noble elites in Nero's court, he came to a bitter realization. They too were slaves. Slaves to power, to lust, to public attention. They trembled before rumors, before others' gazes, before their status. They were tormented by trivial matters, quick to anger over petty things, easily wounded by passing words. So, who was truly free? The man in chains, or those shackled by greed and vanity? From these silent observations, Epictetus grasped a profound truth about life. True freedom does not lie outside oneself. It is not found in status, wealth, authority, or applause. It lies in self-mastery. It is inner freedom. 3. A philosophy born from dust and awakened by adversity. In those dark years, fate granted him a rare fortune: the guidance of the great Stoic philosopher Musonius Rufus. From this master, the seeds of a resilient philosophy, unyielding in the face of circumstance, began to take root in Epictetus's mind. He learned this principle: we cannot control what happens to us, but we can control how we respond. Musonius taught him that life is nothing more than a stage. Each of us is given a role, large or small, noble or lowly. Justice does not lie in whether the role is grand or insignificant, but in how well we perform it. Even a slave can live a noble life if he holds fast to virtue and resilience. Epictetus absorbed this deeply. He trained his mind to be as steadfast as stone amidst storms. Though trampled, he bore no hatred. Though exiled, he held no complaints. For within him burned a steadfast belief: no one, no force, could steal his freedom of thought or the dignity he chose for himself. 4. Rising from ruin to teach the powerful. After years of silent endurance, Epictetus finally gained legal freedom. No longer a slave by law, he moved to Nicopolis and opened a small philosophy school. There, he did not preach from grand podiums. He shared wisdom with simplicity, sincerity, and directness. He taught his students, many of whom were nobles, the wealthy, even future officials, the so-called art of living a good life. Not through power, not through possessions, but through steadfast values, through living aligned with true human virtue, regardless of circumstances. It's said that among his students was Hadrian, the future emperor of Rome. Over time, Epictetus' teachings inspired even Marcus Aurelius, Rome's greatest Stoic emperor. From a man with no name, no freedom, no property, Epictetus rose to influence those who held the world's power in their hands. 5. The legacy left behind. True freedom is self-mastery. Epictetus left behind no written works of his own. All we know of him comes from his student, Hadrian. These records, later compiled into the books Discourses and Enchiridion, the handbook, became timeless guides for generations after. Epictetus did not teach people how to get rich or powerful. He taught them how to live in such a way that when facing death, they would have no regrets. He taught, circumstances don't make the man, they only reveal him to himself. We cannot choose where we are born, who our parents are, or how society treats us. But we have absolute control over one thing: our thoughts, our values, our dignity, and how we respond. Life may throw you into prisons, into poverty, into suffering, but it cannot shackle your free spirit unless you surrender the key yourself. 6. The final lesson: play your given role. Well, no matter how small, at its core, Epictetus' philosophy taught something simple, yet so hard for most. Play your current role well. Do not wish to swap roles. Do not wait for the stage to change. If you are a father, fulfill your duties as a father. If you are a soldier, uphold the dignity of a soldier. If you are poor, live with the wealth of integrity. Every role is temporary, but how you live within each role speaks volumes about your true character. Do not waste time lamenting unfavorable circumstances. Instead, pour your heart into fulfilling your role with courage, with virtue, and with peace. The story of Epictetus is not just a song of willpower or patience. It is a reminder of a freedom far nobler than anything else: inner freedom. In today's world, it's easy to get swept away by the illusions of success, power, money, fame. But remember, even if you hold all those things yet fail to master yourself, you are nothing more than a slave in a gilded cage. Learn from Epictetus: even when pushed to the lowest depths of suffering, stand tall and live with dignity. For true freedom, as he said, no one gives it to you, and no one can take it away, unless you willingly let go. Closing, call to subscribe. If you feel inspired by the timeless wisdom of Epictetus and the resilient spirit of Stoic philosophy, lessons that help you stand stronger amidst life's challenges, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. We will continue sharing stories and profound philosophies to help you find peace, strength, and clarity, even in the most ordinary moments of life. Click subscribe now, so each day you'll be reminded, true freedom begins within your own mind.